Hi, I'm Chef Julie, and today I'm going to show you how to make a really delicious holiday ham with orange ginger glaze. This recipe is made with store-brand ingredients from Acme Markets. There are 179 Acme Markets throughout Connecticut, Delaware, Maryland, New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania. Here are the ingredients you're going to need. Ham is such a classic to serve to a big group. It's easy to make ahead, relatively hands-off, and it's generally crowd-pleasing. Everybody loves ham, and this glaze really dresses it up. So the first thing you're going to do is set your oven to 325 degrees and make sure your oven rack is low enough so that you can fit a roasting pan in with the ham, like the lower third of your oven would work. And then you put your ham cut side down on a rack in a roasting pan and just pour some water into the bottom of the pan so that it's about 1/4 of an inch. That's just gonna make sure that things don't dry out. Next, you're gonna cover it loosely with some foil. And we'll get our ham started for about 2 hours in the oven, just so it can start to cook through before we put the glaze on. You're gonna wanna check it with a meat thermometer to make sure it reaches about 130 degrees before you take it out of the oven. So while our ham is roasting, we're gonna put together a really delicious, simple glaze for it. Just has a handful of ingredients. We'll start with 1 1/4 cups of orange marmalade. Next, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. Mustard and ham just go so well together, and the Dijon's going to add a little sharp, spicy note to the glaze and then the eventual sauce. Then we're going to add some allspice, and then a pinch of pepper, some salt, and then we'll stir to combine. Just one more ingredient, fresh ginger. You want to make sure to mince your ginger pretty fine so that you don't get a big sharp piece in your glaze. So the last ingredient is 1 tablespoon of minced fresh ginger. So once you've put all the ingredients together for the glaze, you're gonna pull out about 3/4 of a cup to use to make a sauce for your ham later. I'll just put it in a bowl over here. So after about 2 hours in the oven, it's time to check our ham. Carefully remove the foil. We're not gonna need this anymore. And we're gonna check the temperature to make sure it's at about 130. Always test your meat in the fattest part and get all the way to the center and stay away from the bone. So once we're good and we're at 130, it's time to put our delicious glaze on our ham. So once you have a nice even layer of glaze across your ham, we're gonna pop it back in the oven at 425 and then just bring it out every 10 to 15 minutes. Just pull it out and brush a little bit of additional glaze on top until it reaches its final cooking temperature of 160. It should be about another 45 minutes or so. So you can see as you continue to glaze your ham, it builds like a really beautiful golden color and a absolutely delicious finish. So we're just gonna glaze it one more time here for the final bit of cooking before we're ready to eat. Once your ham has reached 160 degrees, we're gonna let it rest for 10 to 15 minutes before carving. It's always a good idea to do that with roasts so that the juices can gather and you don't lose them before you slice. So we've reserved some of our glaze and we're gonna use it to make a really delicious sauce to serve alongside the ham. All you need to do is add a little bit of orange juice, just 3 tablespoons. It just thins it out a little bit and carries that yummy orange flavor all the way through. So once your sauce is all stirred together, you're just gonna warm it up a little bit, either in the microwave or in a small saucepan on the stove, and then put it in a pretty gravy boat to serve alongside the sliced ham. Personally, I love to serve ham at any time of day, really. It's wonderful for a buffet brunch. Put out some biscuits with it and some salads, and your guests are gonna just absolutely love it. I hope you enjoy the recipe too. This recipe serves 10 to 12 people and costs $31.70 or around $3.17 per serving. To get a copy of this recipe, just enter your name and email address on the recipe homepage.